know you fill it out in pencil, sign it in pen. Any questions about that, let me know. And make sure you study this semester, because what's one of the most important things in ROTC?
Grades.
They get you to field training, they get you to commissioning. If you don't make the grade, you don't get to stay. So just keep that in mind. This summer we have a lot of PDTs, professional development training. Cadet Kroll sent out the email about it. He sent out a reminder. The deadline is the 20th and 27th to let me know, respectively. So just read the email, follow the deadlines, and let me know if you're interested in language training, etc. And that sums it up. All right, good luck this semester. Yes?
Yeah, one quick question. Can 310 some of those PDTs?
Yes. We had some 310 language training this past summer, so just keep that in mind. Look at the requirements, and if you're allowed to attend, you can apply. So, any questions about that? Good? All right.
We have Captain Osborne. In case Cap Billy didn't mention it, grades are important. Look around the room real quick. There are 20 less people in uniform today than there was when we started this class last semester. Why is that? Predominantly grades. There's going to be a few less in this classroom in a few weeks. Why? Grades. Attitude is a big player in that as well. So, as she mentioned, grades are important, and they're going to be important. They're going to be important throughout this process. There's no time off. When you graduate and you put the gold bars on your shoulder, that's when you can take a quick, short breath of relief, and then you're going to step into your Air Force career. And it's not going to be easy. It's always going to be a challenge. So you've got to learn to adapt to that challenge now and make good grades. And that's all on you. We don't help you with that. That's you. That's how much you want to be in this program. So keep in mind, some of you are not going to be here. There's some people sitting around who are just not going to be here just because they don't take care of their grades. All right. I'm also the recruiting flight commander. How many people in this room are recruiters for the Air Force? All of you. All of you are, because your actions can detract or attract. So if people see you out and about and they ask you about ROTC, you are a recruiter. You tell them about the program. What do you talk about? Only stuff that you know about. You don't talk about scholarships. You don't talk about how they can get into this program unless you know those answers. You can refer them to me, or you can refer them to a few of the cadet recruiting flight people. Cadet Trahan, where are you at?
He's in class, sir.
He's in class. All right. We also have Cadet Luby, who is one of them, and then Cadet Whitten. Okay, those are your recruiting, your cadet recruiting folks too. They can assist you if someone comes to you and asks questions about ROTC, so you can talk to those folks. But anyone can talk to that. So keep that in mind. If on the flip side of that, if you go out and you're doing something negative, that can detract from the Air Force too. So make sure that you're representing us, all of us active duty and ROTC cadets with honor, pride, and dignity the whole time. All right. The other thing is in-college scholarship programs are back. So if you are an AS 100 student, you are now eligible to compete for scholarships this coming semester. I talked to lots of people last semester and said, hey, need you to get your Form 48. If you really want to get a scholarship, you got to have that done. A lot of people didn't do it. That told me you didn't want a scholarship. So I'm probably not going to consider you for it. If you still want that, then you need to be proactive. More information will follow for those who are in the 100 class. All right, lastly, administrative note. Those that are in my Thursday AS 100 class, the school schedules it for 6:45. However, it is at 6:15 in the classroom building at room 102. So make sure you're there on time, ready to go. Make sure you have read the syllabus before you show up, because there are some significant changes. Are there any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you for your time.
Hello, cadets. I am Senior NCO, Master Sergeant Jordan Pell. Senior NCO, just been promoted to the Senior NCO second, which means I am now Master Sergeant, opposed to a tech like I was when I left on my deployment. Senior NCOs. Senior NCOs are going to be your best buddies when you actually get on active duty, because they are mostly responsible for training you. You do not go to airmen, you do not go to a normal NCO, you go to your senior NCOs. That is the person you want to hang around with, because they will guide you the best way to become a better officer, a better performer, a better leader. I'm here in the capacity as the NCOIC now of the detachment, which means that I am your NCO, your senior NCO, the the person that's here to help you to be a better lieutenant, a better leader, a better instructor for the United States Air Force. The things I'm going to cover today is injuries. A lot of individuals have been getting hurt, like Major Goddard indicated, and you're responsible for letting me know what happened, because you have a medical recheck status that you may have to go over. You understand? Those individuals who have completed their DOMER already will have to go through this medical recheck status. If you're trying to go to field training, you may also have to go through a check status. Training. Training is very, very, very important. Improper training will not be allowed here. Improper training is mistreating individuals, indicating that it's a part of our curriculum. That will not happen. Physical discipline, that's an Army thing. We're not in the Army, we don't do that. If you have a question on what physical discipline is, let me know. Other than that, don't do like the Army. Don't do it. I know we're getting together and we're trying to become better acquainted with them, but we're not the Army. You don't say, hey, push up, run, yeah, could you upset with somebody? That's not the right thing to do. I find out you do it, I will handle you later. Myself and Sergeant Vientos are your admin support, in addition to me being the senior NCO of the detachment. All the paperwork that we need done, I don't need to ask you a second time for it, because everything that I do is for you. I'm not doing this to make me better, I'm doing this to make you better, to help you get into my United States Air Force. So if I ask you for something I need it now, I don't need it later, I don't need to come after you, because I'm not going to do that. Because if your paperwork isn't processed in the proper time, that's your fault. Any questions? Yes, Kearney.
Sergeant Jordan, can you summarize the 72-hour rule, please?
The 72-hour rule is a rule that indicates that if anything's happened while you're actually on break, you have 72 hours from the first day of school to actually report that back to me without any kind of repercussions. Form 48, very important. Going through our records, we found some individuals who do not have Form 48 in their records. Once again, suspensing everybody to make sure that they have different forms inside your records by the end of next week. Once again, if you know you don't have it, I will send out one reminder, then I don't care. Because once again, this, as the Major said, is your responsibility. The captain also indicated that we're here for you, and if you don't show us the initiative, why are you really here? Also, height and weight, that was today. If you did not come in today to get your height and weight done, you have failed already. If there is an actual legal reason for you not showing up to me, please address it to me before I leave. Other than that, if you come to me afterwards, then Form 16s will be done. Form 16s is formal counseling. The more negative Form 16s you have in the record, the better chance you have of not becoming a lieutenant in my United States Air Force. Weight standards. PT, very, very important. As you see, the stuff has been changing. It went from everybody can come in to less than 50% of y'all will actually become lieutenants. That is very dramatic. Get on your game. PT, Cadet Sanders is like road runner. So if you follow behind her, your run will increase. All right. Well, thank you very much. Go Air Force.
Doing today?
Outstanding, sir.
Outstanding. Good. We got to keep this up, okay? The intensity this semester is going to be an awesome semester. We got great things planned for you guys. and it is all about intensity. We are ready to go. We got an awesome curriculum. We got Daniel, he has a great new training program that we're implementing. LLABs and everything is going to get a lot more leadership based. In the past, for everybody that's been here in the past, you can all see that it's been very informational. It hasn't been really like a practical. Like, we want to practice our leadership skills. I'm going to get more into it. He is trying to pull up my slides, but the things that I'm going to cover today is our mission and vision, why are we in RTC? What is the actual thing we are here to do and become? And then also go over the organizational chart, and then a couple important things to me that I want to cover. Awesome. Okay. All right, that's what we're going to cover. All right, mission. Actually, here we go. That's tough to read. All right. We have, nice little cursor. Okay, I will be your wing commander for this semester with Parsons, the handsome guy in the corner right there. Raise a hi to him.
Hello, Cadet Parsons.
We got Cadet Kroll as the director of staff. Stand up. Wait for him. We also have Cadet Reynolds. Where's Reynolds at? All right, here, stand up. Show that shiny face. There we go. Cadet Reynolds, he's our IG. He's going to make sure everything works this semester. Make sure everyone stays in standards. What is it? What were the one thing that he said? Strict standards produces what?
High morale.
High morale, right. So we're going to really focus on that this semester. Next thing, Cadet Elgato, he is at class right now. He is the MSG command. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Look at that shiny face. And then Cadet Price is his vice. Where is she at? There you go. Wave to her. We have Cadet Allen. Where is Cadet? Oh yeah, he is at class. Okay, with Cadet Parker. Cadet Parker. There you go, right there. All right, now we have Daniel. Daniel and Huff. Why don't you guys stand up? You already met Daniel. All right, already met Huff. And then Daniel, you guys will see a lot of them this semester with their deputies along with them. All right, so now that you've seen us, let's see the mission. Now we had an organizational retreat. Our main focus was to get everybody on the same page and talk about like our mission and vision, what we wanted this semester to really entail, and what we wanted it to focus on. So, can somebody read the mission statement for me? Just go, read it.
To develop future Air Force servant leaders by targeting academics, training, and joint force integration.
Awesome, awesome. Now vision.
Developing inspired cadets that take pride and ownership in the 670th Air Force ROTC Cadet Wing by offering leadership opportunities to grow and succeed in making Oklahoma State University a premier AFROTC institution.
Good job, good job. I know that's a little bit of long vision, it's not typical, but at the same time, it really coincides with the ones that Colonel Winslow and his staff have composed. We are trying to inspire cadets to take ownership in this detachment. We want everybody to love this detachment more than anything they've ever loved before. We want them to make this a premier RC institution, better than anyone in comparison. You know, the best in the nation. We don't want to be just average here. We want to be the best. And that's the whole thing that we're going to strive to create. All right, so goals. How do you accomplish goals? How do you accomplish goals? Plan. Yeah, a plan of action. How we're going to actually make this mission actually happen. So we have our targets. I'm not going to go over them, it's going to take too long. But we have our academics, training, and Army integration. It's step by step of how we're going to do it. If we accomplish these goals, then we're that much closer to accomplishing our mission, becoming a better RTC institution. All right, we already went over that. All right. Okay, what do you want to be in the Air Force? Raise your hand. What do you want to be? Logistics officer. Logistics officer, yeah.
Security forces officer.
Security forces.
Pilot.
Pilot, okay. Okay, pilot, yeah. Okay, now I'm sorry to tell you all that you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong in what you just said. We are here to be an officer. Officer first. And now what does that mean to be an officer? What does it mean? Someone.
To be a leader, sir.
Be a leader. Great. Hit it on the nose. I don't have to ask anyone in particular that stuff. Awesome. Yeah. We want to be a leader. How do we prepare for it, though? How do we prepare to be a leader? So, go for it.
We have to practice.
Practice. Exactly. So we, as your cadet corps, as our POC, we are here giving leadership informations, applications, and accurate evaluations and feedback for you guys. We want you guys to have the most opportunity to be evaluated correctly and really practice these leadership concepts, correct? Would that accurately entail what you think should happen this semester to make you a better person, a better officer?
Yes,
Yes, Okay, training. This is what we're here to do. We're going to really focus on training. We're going to really focus on how to make ourselves lead better. So I challenge you to challenge yourself to get better. You know, read that one, the third bullet. What does that say? Go.
Failure is not failure if you learn something from it. It's a rehearsal for success.
Exactly. You know, it's okay. We're in training. Like, you fail, it's okay. Like, it's not a big deal. You mess up, you set your goals so high that you can't achieve them, that's fine. But you need to learn from them. Learning is everything. And it's the biggest thing, like at field training. You just came back from field training. Okay, now, what do they say constantly, like, when they're saying about, you know, making a decision, and when you fail? What's that?
They always said to be confident in it.
Yeah, be confident. Be confident in the decision you make. And what happens when you fail? What do they say from it?
You learn from your mistakes.
Learn from your mistakes. Don't repeat the same mistake again, because then that's when it gets back. So we're doing the same thing. So hold yourself to the high standard and improve. All right, this thing is easier to read than for me just to explain it. Okay, now in the book, What They Don't Teach You in Harvard Business School, Mark McCormick tells a study conducted on students in the 1979 Harvard MBA program. In that year, the students were asked, have you set clear written goals for the future and made plans to accomplish them? Only 3% of the graduates had written goals and plans. That's pretty crazy coming out of Harvard, only 3%, right? Okay, now 13% had goals, but they were not in writing, and a whopping 84% had no specific goals at all. 10 years later, the members of the class were interviewed again, and the findings were, while somewhat predictable, were nonetheless astonishing. 13% of the class had goals who are earning on average twice as much as the 84% who had no goals at all. Now what about that 3% that we just heard about? About the written goals. They were earning on average 10 times as much as the other 97% put together. How crazy is that? Okay? Now I know this isn't talking about money and everything and the Air Force standard, but it's all about setting clear, defined goals. How are we going to accomplish the things that we want in life, right? So, Cadet Preston Radford, why don't you stand up, show your face. He has come up with a new mentoring system. We are going to have great mentors. They're going to help you find these goals that you have in your desire, your personal goals. It doesn't have to be about RFC, you can sit down. We have your personal goals, all about like what you want to become. What do you want to become in your life? What you want to become, sorry, I'm getting set up. What we want to become in our life. Like this is the things that we're here to become a better person, right? Right?
Yes.
Exactly, okay, so we're going to go faster. Okay, so, okay, so 3 things. Okay, when you're setting a goal, what do you say? Like, you think of like, can I do this? Can I do this? Or timeliness and everything. That's the wrong attitude to have. We want to have 3 letters in that, and it's how. How can I accomplish this? How can I do this? You can reach for the stars, but you got to set clear, defined ways on how you're going to actually accomplish that. Right? Exactly. All right, that's what I've covered. Any questions? No? All right, great job. I'm excited for this semester, and let Cadet Huff take it away.